Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. So some of my subscribers, they had a question like, can you let us know which are the new bikes that are getting launched in India in near future? So you might have seen many of the spy shots of various motorcycles, but today I'm going to tell you more details on like how much I have analyzed, and let's see if that helps in making your decision. Okay, so the first one in this segment, that is the 300 to 600 cc segment, is the Aprilia retro bike. Okay, now if you see, right now they have offered us the Aprilia RS457, a perfect sports bike in that category, at a very good price of 410. This basically competes with Ninja 400, okay, which is having exactly the same cylinder configuration, twin cylinder parallel, and putting out the same cc and the power figures. So both are meant for track and like a proper sports bike appeal. So now when this Aprilia is 4,10,000, so this retro model, it can be around 3.5 to 3.6, because what they have done, see, you see that the main chassis remains the same maybe, okay, and they have removed the rear suspension, okay, the single monoshock, to give it a more retro theme, and also this will save their cost. I'm not sure if that saves or increases when you increase a newer suspension, but retro bikes usually have this kind of setup. Okay, the seating is less aggressive, okay, it is more relaxed. However, the feet is little bit behind this engine. Okay, now you see that they have a round handle which will be altered later, which might get altered later. Okay, so there is a shaving of the body panels here and there, and that's how they make the naked version of it. So it will be priced, if I'm not wrong, it will be like 3.5 or 3.7 ex showroom. Okay, now the thing is, they might not launch it with the name of Aprilia, because Aprilia bikes are only for high speed racing bikes. So when we see what they can do, so actually Aprilia is a group company of Piaggio Group, that is the parent. Okay, so Piaggio Group is the parent of Italy, that same Piaggio which you see Ape, three wheelers, and Vespa. So Vespa is their well-known brand. Okay, some of you might be owning the Vespa scooter. I do have one as well in my hometown. So the problem with Vespa, okay, is that, or Aprilia, is that their dealership network is not that much. So this can be a problem. Okay, so the two drawbacks are price and the reach or the presence. But the product will be very exciting as Aprilia's are, so they might put it under their other brand, that is the Moto Guzzi. Okay, now Moto Guzzi, as some of you might be knowing, it's also a very old brand. Okay, here you see in the UK, Moto Guzzi competes with the Interceptor, okay, and the BSA Gold Star. So here you see Moto Guzzi is famous for Traverse V twin engine. Okay, Traverse means not, I mean, in the front you can see the V, and your shin of the leg will face the cylinder head. Like BW has a boxer engine, okay, which is kind of like opposed cylinders. Now here, this is a V twin, but it's in a different setup here. So both will move the crank here, and I'm not sure if that's a belt drive or a shaft drive. I'm just showing to you that how beautiful and retro this bike looks. Now since I am only analyzing the retro segment here, so you can see how it looks. Okay, sorry for the ad. Okay, so now what we will do is we will see how they can brand it. So from the side you see it's a proper retro motorcycle here. Okay, so the new one will be named as maybe some Moto Guzzi V7, some Moto Guzzi, it will be under a Moto Guzzi brand. Okay, so I told you about the drawbacks, and feature wise it will be very similar to RS 457 motorcycle on which it is based here. Okay, so now let's move on to our next motorcycle, and that is the Bajaj 400cc. Now power drift, okay, they showed us they captured the teaser from Bajaj. Okay, so Bajaj showed us this teaser. So so as you know, Bajaj has various partners like, you know, KTM and Triumph and Husqvarna, which is also a KTM group company. So now they have the expertise and also they have the Dominar. So I'm thinking that this is my guess that they will either regenerate the Dominar or they maybe launch the Pulsar with a 400cc variant. So based on their know-how, the 400cc's that they are producing for different manufacturers, okay, with a different state of tune. So but what will be the benefit of this one? The benefit is that Bajaj has a very good dealership network. The other benefit will be, you know, in price it will be lesser than their premium models. So you can expect a price ex showroom of 2 to 2.5 maybe, or maybe even more, a little bit more depending on the variant. So you can expect maybe a price tag of maybe 3 to 3.5 on road, maybe, I'm not sure. Okay, only time can tell on that. So this is your second option. Okay, now how the handling and how retro, it won't be looking as retro because Pulsar is not a retro motorcycle, but I thought it is worth a mention here since many people think that, you know, with that kind of money they have to look at all options, okay, whether it's a retro non-retro. Okay, now the third, I mean, you can see the trailer here, how Bajaj has teased it. So different body parts of the bike, it looks like a full fared bike, okay, like the RS200, okay, or maybe it can be a naked like NS200, it seems. I'm not sure, I haven't seen this properly because my area is the retro segment, so that's the reason. Okay, so next in our list is the, as you all know, the Honda CB350 based ADV. Now here it looks very similar industrial as the old Himalayan. Okay, so simply, you know, you can see this is the CB350 panels. Okay, maybe they will extend the tank here, they will put these shrouds, okay, and they will you know, improve the height, and the rear almost looks similar to Himalayan or the CBRS. Okay, so anyway, the point here is that, you know, it will be a good option for people looking in that price range around 2 to 3 or 2 to 3.5 again lakh segment on road. So since the new Himalayan is a little bit pricier, it is starting at around 2.8 maybe, the lowest of the variants, or I'm not sure after the price hike. So this will be of course price cheaper than that, and since it has the same tried and tested 350cc bullet like long stroke engine, so it will be a decent you know, affair. So that the latest flops in their category is the 500, no, the NX500, it seems like a hit, but the 200 ADV is not a hit. So I think they will try to push this in the ADV segment, given the how, you know, the ADV segment is picking up. Okay, and yeah, so that's the third bike, that is the Honda ADV. You will have benefits, but the major drawback is Honda big dealership is not there across India, so that may be one drawback, that's all. And I'm not sure how it picks up and then what will be the resale value and all that. Okay, so Aprilias have a drawback that they will not have a very good resale value. Bajaj might have some good resale as well. Okay, if that is a point to consider for you. Now the next one in the list is the Kawasaki 300 ADV that we saw the spy shots. Now the Ninja 300 is a success in the Indian market. Okay, so it sells quite in a good numbers. You can see in my previous video like how many numbers it sells per month. So Kawasaki is trying to benefit, you know, from that the trust of that 300cc Ninja 300cc by launching this ADV. So now ADV buyers will have another option in the sense of parallel twin. So parallel twin engine is more peppy, more powerful, but from the looks of it, it looks that it has spoke wheels. Okay, so that's the overall look, okay, of the ADV. I'm not an ADV expert, you can check with Bulu on, or like, you know, Bulu Biker, he is a very good ADV expert, but from the looks of it I can say they will do some minimal change in the Ninja 300 to make it more cruiser friendly and more off-road friendly. Okay, but the ground clearance I don't think it's too much. Okay, so it all depends like when the final bike will be launched. The next one, you know, as everybody knows, most of you knows that it's the Scram 450. Now Tripper Lines, you know, they do some really good stuff. They almost make a rendering as if, you know, as the original bike based on the spy shot. So here you can see it is almost similar to the Himalayan, the new Himalayan, just that, you know, it has the front telescopic forks and a little bit of weight shaving here and there. So this will, if Enfield prices like I mentioned in my previous video, if Enfield prices this as 3 lakh on road, okay, on road 3 lakh, that is I'm saying 2.5 to 2.7 is the ex showroom, then I think this can pull off really nicely, okay, against the X440 or the Speed 400 and all the 400cc competitors in the segment. Okay, so this you can watch. There is no as on today, there is no drawback of this bike. Okay, so it will be a very good affair. Only thing which is not like typical Enfield is the low end grunt or the torque that the long stroke engine produces. So this is somewhere in between. So but yeah, so that is the only drawback which I would say that I consider. For others it's not a drawback also. Now the sixth one, okay, in the list is, you guessed it right, it's the X-Pulse 440. Now you see there are so many what you can say spy shots of this from Kashmir or Ladakh, okay, because they have been testing, they have taken Royal Enfield's cues, okay, and their X-Pulse 200 is doing very good in that segment, below the 2 lakh segment, okay. So they want to now, since they have this good 440cc engine which they developed with Harley, so they will utilize it to make their own ADV, right? As Shumi said, that you know they are testing it vigorously, they are going back to their board, they are testing it properly. So I think it will be a good product. Also in this segment you can see one more bike, that is the Extreme, the Extreme 440, also the sport bike which is their Charisma Extreme. Now the Charisma is there, so might be this will be a Charisma 440 or Extreme 440, I don't know, but it's kind of like a sport bike. So two bikes based on the 440cc engine, again from Hero apart from Maverick, okay. One is the ADV, one is the sport bike, okay. So the tuning will be different, it seems, okay, in all the variants, okay. So the pricing I'm not sure, but it will be around 3 to 3.5 on road, or maybe till 4, I'm not sure. Okay, let's see, only time can tell how Hero prices it aggressively to gain a foothold in this market. Okay, now next is the BSA 650. Now this is my personal favorite, okay, just by the looks of it. Now you see how now he's our YouTuber Freddy, okay. So I treat everybody in my community as my, and I don't hesitate that, you know, they are doing a good job. So they show us like all the things related to the bikes that are around there. So what I do is I take their feedback also, I watch a lot of reviews, and then I come to the conclusion of what my view will be on the bike, okay. So there is nothing hidden from where I got the review, okay. So you can see, let this ad go and I will show you, sorry for this. So now you see this bike, right, it is a proper competitor of Enfield in the terms of legacy also. BSA means Birmingham Small Arms. They also used to make arms like Enfield rifles, okay. So in true sense, they are the actual competitors of Enfield in the UK. Now after, in the 70s when the Japanese took over, they had a decline, they were shut off. But now our classic legends Mahindra Group has bought their rights, and they have you know, produce this magnificent motorcycle. Why I'm saying magnificent? Because it looks so good, okay. It looks like a classic only, but it's a little bit in a sportier form, okay, more 70s styling, not the 40s styling. You can see from the mudguard, okay. So now what this engine has to offer is a 650cc single block, okay. There are no twin cylinders, it's just the 650cc, and that's what makes it so exciting for me. So in Indian market right now, after Bullet 500, there is no big single. I think Ducati is trying to launch their 698 mono, but that will be like a hyper motard kind of a motorcycle, you know, that you see in the movies of Maverick or Tom Cruise, okay, in some of the movies you see. So now coming back, so it's also like a Rotax. The Rotax is the company that has developed this engine. It's I think an Austria based from like AVL. So they have developed this engine, and that's what makes it more exciting. It will have the single thump, okay, just like the Bullet 500, okay, and it looks amazing. I mean, if you see the looks of it, it looks amazing. Okay, here you can see. Now this is a 6-foot rider, but here what I saw is it might be not that much comfortable. Okay, you have the aluminum, not the chrome ones. I think the rims are aluminum. There are spoked wheels, of course, and this shiny tank, the Gold Star. Now they have also come up with a total black or blacked out version of it. Enfield was the first to have the blacked out version. Now they are also coming out with a blacked out version, because blacked out version costs less. Okay, you don't have to put chrome everywhere in that, and that saves the money. Correct. So here you see it is so beautiful. Now why they are not launching in India, I'm not sure, but I can see the spy shots. Maybe BSA brand was under ownership of the Murugappa group in India, because BSA bicycles we used to have. So I think there is some issue, or maybe they are preparing. They have not tested success in the Java SD segment, the 300, so that's why they are delaying the launch for the 600cc beast. Okay, but I think this is very good. One of the YouTubers skid off. Okay, so I'm not sure about the quality of tires, so that only time can tell when it gets launched. Actually in UK it is selling like good. People are liking the looks, and they can relate it to their 70s history, where Gold Star was a very good option as per out of the 4 surviving British brands, that is Norton and Royal Enfield and Triumph. Okay, so now if you have a lot of money, let's say you have like 22 money that you can spurge on the bikes, and you want a retro bike, and which is which will be may get launched in India sooner. So I have a scoop for you. Okay, so recently, somewhere around November I believe, so this bike was launched. Okay, I will call it a hyper Ronin. Okay, because Ronin looks same. Okay, you see how it looks. Yeah, here, so it looks just like the Ronin. Okay, the height is low. Okay, the headlight is same configuration, and even so I think it's not wrong. TVS took their inspiration from BMW R9. Okay, the only benefit or difference that you see in this bike is the boxer engine, the opposed cylinder engine. Okay, so if you see, like it is a proper retro roadster. Okay, so you see this is the engine. There are 2 engines horizontally opposed, and it shakes like when you start. It tries to pull this side, one side, so it gives a kick to the rider. So it's very characterful. Okay, I cannot explain, I can just feel it. I don't have that kind of money to splurge on. I have money, but I cannot splurge on this exquisite thing. In India it costs a lot. Okay, I walked into the Hyderabad BMW dealership. They did not give they asked me like what you are looking for. So they are like Germans. They are a bit arrogant, what I saw, because the clientele is very wealthy. Okay, usually, so I did not like it. So anyway, but the bike is very good. And for people so this is the basic bike that costs around 11,000. so in India it will be somewhere around 18 to 11,000 pounds. So in India it will be around 18 to 25 lakh rupees. Okay, another version of is the R12T. Okay, which you can see the price 14,420. Okay, it is, I think, having a bit more power, bit more some minute differences will be there. Okay, so let's have a look. Okay, at the design. Okay, I think that's it. If you like my video, please share and subscribe my channel. Okay, I will give you some exciting stuff and scoop and my analysis points. Okay, so till then, keep dreaming about the BMW. Thank you.